Federation versus Freedom by Baba Sahib Ambedkar. 11. Part 2. To my mind, there is no doubt that this Gandhi age is the dark age of India. It is an age in which people, instead of looking for their ideals in the future, are returning to antiquity. It is an age in which people have ceased to think for themselves, and as they have ceased to think, they have ceased to read and examine the facts of their lives. The fate of an ignorant democracy which refuses to follow the way shown by learning and experience and chooses to grope in the dark paths of the mystics and the megalomaniacs is a sad thing to contemplate. Such an age, I thought, needed something more than a mere descriptive sketch of the federal scheme. It needed a treatment which was complete, though not exhaustive, and pointed without being dogmatic in order to make it alive to the dangers arising from the inauguration of the federal scheme. This is the task I had set before myself in preparing this address. Whether I have failed or succeeded, it is for you to say. If this address has length which is not compensated by depth, all I can say is that I have tried to do my duty according to my lights. I am not opposed to any federal form of government. I confess I have a partiality for a unitary form of government. I think India needs it. But I also realize that a federal form of government is inevitable if there is to be provincial autonomy. But I am in dead horror the federal scheme contained in the Government of India Act. I think I have justified my antipathy by giving adequate reasons. I want all to examine them and come to their own conclusions. Let us, however, realize that the case of provincial autonomy is very different from that of the federal scheme. To those who think that the federation should become acceptable if the Governor General gave an assurance along the same lines as was supposed to be done by the governors that he will not exercise his powers under his special responsibilities. I want to say two things. First, I am sure the Governor General cannot give such an assurance because he is exercising these powers not merely in the interest of the Crown but also in the interest of the states. Secondly, even if he did, that cannot alter the nature of the federal scheme. To those who think that a change in the system of state representation from nomination to election will make the federation less objectionable, I want to say that they are treating a matter of detail as though it was a matter of fundamental. Let us note what is fundamental and what is not. Let there be no mistake. Let there be no fooling as to this. We have had enough of both. The real question is the extension and the growth of responsibility. Is that possible? That is the crux. Let us also realize that there is no use bugging to provincial autonomy and leaving responsibility in the center hanging in the air. I am convinced that without real responsibility at the center, provincial autonomy is an empty shell. What we should do to force our point of view, there is no place to discuss. It is enough if I have succeeded in giving you an adequate idea of what are the dangers of this federal scheme. The end.